Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 15th, 2022. This is Jennifer. I'm actually coming to you guys on Monday because on Tuesday, today, we're having our trees trimmed and there's a tree right outside this window, so it's going to be very loud while I would normally be recording. So, I had a pretty productive week last week. I have a couple of different things to show you. First, you guys, I showed you this water bottle bag that I made last week. I said I wasn't going to use that neoprene sleeve. Even though I had already lined this bag, I went ahead and just put it in because it matches and I sewed it together. Probably going to send this one to my son because he lost his water bottle case and it gets super hot in Lubbock. So I may just send this to him because it's very easy to like clip it to your backpack and just carry it around. So that was my prototype. As a reminder, it has a handle here, it has D-rings. This one has a flap here with a pocket and it's got a zipper pocket, and then this is actually a drawstring. And my friend Janice gave me this doohickey because I took this one off, the one that came with this neoprene. I actually took it off and used it on the other bag. So this is the real deal. This is waxed canvas that I actually got this from Sailrite, and this one has two pockets. So there's a pocket front and there's a pocket back, and you'll notice that there are two different magnets, and that's because there was originally only going to be one pocket with a flap, but after much discussion we decided two pockets would be better instead of having the small zipper pocket. So this is, as I said before, for my husband. This is his water bottle. The one I showed you previously, it was just like an extra that we have. So it's the same bag. It's got the same handle and it's got D-rings and the whole thing. And this is the drawstring I took off the other bag. This is actually recycled wool blanket. It's the same wool blanket that I used on my pressing station. I had a little bit left over and he wanted this to be as natural as possible, so it's got leftover upcycled wool blanket inside. You can tell it fits perfectly. He loves it. He's already carried it several times, and this is now his water bottle bag. That took me an afternoon, I think about 3 hours, 3.5, 4 hours to make the whole thing from beginning to end, because I'd already done it once. It made it a lot easier to do. And the waxed canvas, you don't press it because it has paraffin inside of it. So finger press it, and it's super easy to finger press. It's very easy to work with. I just used a size 18 needle and upholstery thread, and it went really well. It got a little bulky at the end, but I made it work, and again, super happy with that. The other thing I did last week was quilting. I decided, Linus is this Saturday, and I decided that I needed to really get some stuff quilted so I could do some binding this week. And guys, did I ever get some quilting done. 5 of these are my quilt tops, and 6 of these are quilt tops other people gave us. There's at least one from Susan in there. I've got one from Lynn. I think I have one from, let's see, I think this is Kathy from Tennessee. I don't remember. I have their names on them. So anyway, I have 11 quilts quilted. A couple of them were from Linus donations that did not come through me. I've mentioned before that I have a few that were not like friends who gave them to me. They were just some that were donated that I sort of took to just to help us get through the backlog of quilt tops that we've had donated to us. So anyway, these are quilted. I will get these bound, and after they're bound, I'll do a little quilt show. So if I finish by Friday, I will just record some for next week's video so you guys can see them all done. So you may have noticed that I have some Year of Doom blocks up on my wall. These are from last year's Fandom and Stitches event, and I really stalled out on this because even though I was hosting this and I was very excited about it, it was the anniversary of my project of Doom and Fandom and Stitches. So basically what happened was that I was working on these blocks. I decided to put titles on all of the books, and when I was working on this last year, my embroidery machine was upstairs and my sewing machine was downstairs, and I only had part of my stash in the garage, and it was all in the bins. Here, I'll show you, hold on. While I was sewing in the garage, these bins were actually what I used to keep my fabric in. So every time I wanted a fabric, I had to get out the color and take the lid off and pull out the fabric. So the short version of that is it was really tedious to make a single block because my stuff was spread out all over the place. And after I actually made 9. There are 8 on the wall. One of them I decided not to use because it was a test block. Then I just decided not to use it. But anyway, this is all I made because it was just really tedious to work in this way. And now I'm back in my sewing room. All of my fabric is in one place. I can just, my fabric dresser, I have all of my fat quarters like index cards, so I can literally just go through them like that. They're organized by color. It's super easy to find what I need. I have a spreadsheet for this project, and one page of the spreadsheet is all the stuff that we would like to include for each of our quilts. And the other spreadsheet are the titles that we'd like to use. And we spent this weekend filling up the title spreadsheet. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of picking which block I'm going to make, I'm going to machine embroider a ton of titles. I'll just set one up, let it go, and work on something else. And when I have like 8 or 12 or whatever, then I will pick some block patterns and I'll piece a few blocks. And I'm hoping in this way to actually finish this project. So as a reminder, this is based on the Project of Doom. These are all bookcase blocks. This is a sort of a fandom quilt, but it's also, the Year of Doom was multi-fandom quilts along, but this is some fandom and some really personal stuff. Like one of my blocks is all about Linus, and one of my blocks is all about Talk to Me Tuesday. This will be 2 quilts that will go side by side on our king size bed, because we don't really share covers, because he runs really hot and I run really cold, and that way it will look like we have 1 quilt on our bed, but it'll actually be 2 quilts. I need about 60 blocks total to make it work the way I want to, and right now I have 8 blocks. And if you hear buzzing, let's see, I think Jules is blowing up my phone right now. It is, like I said, Monday afternoon, and we were just having a chat, so I'll get back to you in a minute. The other thing that I'm going to do this week for sure, the very next thing I'm going to do, is piece the back for my son's quilt, because I'm going to see him in a few weeks, and I want to make sure that I have it done so that I can take it to him. So I'm going to get that back pieced and get that loaded so I can start quilting. So one of the things I was doing last week was practicing my swirls so that I could do the best swirls possible on his quilt. This is Susan's quilt. You can actually see my swirls a lot better on this. And anyway, that was part of the plan. Also, you know, just I want to get all these Linus quilts done, but also like I need to practice my swirls. So, okay guys, I'm discombobulated recording in the afternoon, so I'm gonna let you guys go. You have a wonderful week. You'll have a crafty week, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.